She isn't who she says she is. That is when I realized the truth. I stood in the empty hallway of my childhood home, heart pounding. My mother had just told me that my sister, Sarah, was coming back after 10 years. But I saw a scar on her wrist and a briefcase full of papers. Suddenly I heard the word secret from the old maid. How could my own sister betray our family and claim the house? I felt betrayed and angry. I remembered the night they threw me out for marrying a poor man. I left with a single suitcase and a broken heart. Now the same doors I ran from are open for her. I whispered, "Who are you really?" The answer would change everything. I grew up in this house with my parents and my younger sister, Sarah. My father worked as a carpenter, my mother a teacher. We played in the attic, shared childhood stories, and dreamed of a bright future. When I fell in love with Amir, a street vendor, my parents laughed. They said I would bring shame. I married Amir anyway. My mother shouted, "You are ruining our family." They forced me out. I left with only a small bag, my wedding ring, and Amir's hand in mine. We moved to a tiny flat in the city. I worked hard, opened a small bakery, and saved every coin. Years passed. My parents never visited. I heard they sold the house to a developer, but the sale never happened. The house stayed empty, waiting. One day, I received a call. "Your sister is returning," the voice said. I felt a mix of fear and hope. I wondered if she had changed. I decided to go back to see the house, to see if the old walls still held my memories. The front door creaked as I entered, and I saw a woman in a sleek suit, her eyes cold, holding a legal document. "I am Sarah," she said, "and I own this house now." I could not believe it. The betrayal cut deep. I asked, "Why now?" She smiled, "Because I have the money and the power you never had." I felt my heart break again, but also a spark of anger rose inside me. I promised myself I would not let her destroy my past. I walked to the kitchen, remembering the scent of fresh bread, and felt a plan forming. I would learn her secret and fight for my right. Sarah began to change the house. She painted the walls white, hired workers, and placed expensive furniture. The old family photos were covered with new art. I watched her from the balcony, feeling a storm inside. One night, I heard a soft cry from the attic. I climbed the stairs, remembering the heirloom box my mother kept there. Inside, there was a small gold necklace, a family heirloom that had been passed down for generations. I felt the weight of my heritage. Sarah entered the attic, surprised. She asked, "What are you doing?" I answered, "I found the heirloom. It belongs to our family, not to you." She laughed, "You think a piece of jewelry can stop me?" Suddenly, the attic door slammed shut, and the lights flickered. I heard a whisper, "The truth is hidden in the will." I realized the will might still be in the attic, sealed for years. I searched the old desk and found a dusty envelope. Inside was a copy of my father's will, signed before my marriage. It said the house would go to the children who stay loyal to the family. Sarah had signed a new contract with a lawyer, claiming she bought the house. I felt the secret was out. I confronted her. Your contract is fake. My father's will says you cannot own this house without our agreement. Sarah's face turned red. She tried to hide the document, but I grabbed it. The room felt hot, and I could hear my heartbeat. I shouted, "You cannot erase our past." Sarah dropped the briefcase, and papers scattered on the floor. I saw a name, Layla, the rightful heir. I felt a surge of power. I knew I could use this to claim the house back. The next morning, I called the lawyer who had helped Sarah. I told him about the old will. He was shocked. He said, "If the will is authentic, the house belongs to you, Layla. But you must prove it in court." I felt a mix of fear and hope. I called my mother, who had not spoken to me for years. She answered, "Layla? Is that you?" My voice trembled, "Mother, I need you. The house is yours, but Sarah has taken it." My mother cried, "I never wanted to push you away. I was scared of your love for Amir. I am sorry." She promised to help. Together, we gathered the documents, the heirloom, and the old photos. We went to the town hall. The judge listened as I read the will aloud. Sarah tried to interrupt, but the judge stopped her. He said, "The will is clear. The house belongs to Layla, the daughter who stayed true to family values." Sarah's face fell. She whispered, "I never knew you were so strong." The judge ordered Sarah to leave the house. I felt tears of relief. I walked back to the front door, now my own. I placed the gold necklace on the table, a symbol of my family's love. I looked at the house, now alive with my memories again. The attic, the kitchen, the garden, everything felt fresh. I realized that my hard work, my bakery, and my love for Amir had given me strength. I had turned a betrayal into a triumph. I invited my mother and Amir to a dinner in the house. We ate together, laughing, sharing stories. The house was no longer a place of pain but of hope. I felt the transformation complete. I knew that my story would help others learn English and also learn that courage can change fate. In the end, I learned that truth and hard work can defeat betrayal. My parents forgave me, and Sarah left with a lesson about humility. The house became a place of love again, and I kept the heirloom as a reminder of my roots. The story shows that even when family hurts you, you can rise, study, and claim your rightful place. This lesson helps you remember new English words like heirloom, will, and betrayal, while also teaching that you can change your destiny with courage. Keep studying, keep believing, and you will find your own house of success.